Hey fandom, it's me Aaron.
Hi, and I'm Eric.
And this is a comic show. We've had some technical difficulties over the last 2 weeks where we got a computer virus. Someone clicked on something they shouldn't have clicked on, and it brought down our computer and it corrupted our editing software. We had to get new editing software and all that stuff. And
New everything.
Now we're back, but what also sucks is this week of comics sucks. I've never said this before. I've never said this.
Nothing coming out.
There's 3 good books that I'm promoting. But, DC has their new 52, and each book has its own week, and I respect that. That's cool. But they knew there was going to be 5 Wednesdays, as soon as they decided about the September thing. And they have no output this week from the new 52, not one. And Marvel didn't put out any big launches or anything big.
The ball.
So, I know Marvel's like, oh, well, we already lost November. We're going to put all our big stuff in December to try to win December and go out of the year with a bang. But Marvel has Defenders #1 next week and X-Sanction the week after that, 2 huge books. But this week, they have 2 books that I'm talking about. Obviously, I'm not talking about any DC. But, boom, they should have.
We're talking a little DC.
Well, DC should have put out some one-shots this week or something to enrich the whole, new DCU. But Spaceman, oh my God, this is Vertigo DC, and it's Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo from 100 Bullets, award-winning guys. And they just did the Flashpoint Batman, which was the best miniseries that Flashpoint had. And you got #1 for $1 if you did, and we still have it. Most comic book stores still have it for $1 because I kept reordering it. We can still order more. #2 is coming out, so if you liked it, spend $3. Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of like dystopian future, not necessarily post-apocalyptic. It's just things are incrementally bad, and it's basically a crime noir. Kidnapping, craziness. The space program is going to be like this because of all the cuts Obama's making. And I live in Florida. We're close to the Space Coast. This impacts us. It impacts my friend Rick at Famous Faces, and we need to get the space program back going. You know what I'm saying? Like the new frontier. But anyway, the other 2 books we're talking about is Uncanny X-Men. It's Sinister, and Sinister is a total badass now.
He's everywhere. Everywhere.
He's so pompous and so much. He's fun. He's fun to read about. And Cyclops has his extinction team of all the heavy hitters, and they can't even take out Sinister. It's awesome.
And what happened to Emma? Last issue.
Right. And Kieran Gillen is making his mark. He's always been a good writer that people respected. If they saw his name in the book, they weren't like, oh, I'm dropping this. They're like, okay, cool. But now, with the new #1 and with the new launch, he's not the dude that followed Matt Fraction. He's Kieran Gillen.
Right.
So, right?
Made it his own. Made the Uncanny X-Men his own.
And Ultimates 4 is coming out this week, and Hickman.
Oh my God!
he's been killing it, and all the press and all the notoriety has been going to Black Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man. But Ultimates is great. Hickman's great, and Hickman's the king of the slow build. Sure, lots of action happened. Asgard was destroyed, half his shield dead. But this issue 4, when Thor goes back to regain his honor and, take some people out and die in the blaze of glory, whatever he had in his crazy head, because now that Asgard's gone, he's living in Crazy Town again. But anyway, Thor goes back and the main villain is revealed and is jaw-droppingly awesome.
Crazy.
I mean, you could figure it out if you really thought about it and thought about what happened in the Fallout books and why Hickman wrote about certain characters in that. But still, it's phenomenal. And if you just bought issue 1 of Ultimates and stopped, get 2, 3, and 4, or get them all, because 4 was phenomenal.
It was fantastic.
A+. Speaking of Hickman and fantastic, we're going to talk a little bit about last week's books because we only had 3 books to talk about, and we didn't do a video last week because
we need one.
Our virus. We had a virus, Fantastic Four 600 was insane. It's like 100 pages.
Of all new content.
All new content.
All new.
All written by Hickman. Like, what the hell? This guy has won the art of war. This guy is the victor. What he puts into this stuff is unreal. And if you're reading his FF, you need to read Fantastic Four, our drop FF. Because you're just going to get half the story from here on out because you need both. They go in tandem, and it is just amazing stuff. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a team in the negative zone. There's a team here. There's all the wheels, all the plate spinning. Now there's more plate spinning, so much so that you need 2 books. They're both by Hickman. There's going to be no filler, and when they dovetail together, it's going to be insane.
So yeah, they're eventually gonna.
Oh, they have to,
right?
Yeah. Come on.
Yes.
So this book was insane, and it is worth every penny. Yes, I know it's an $8 book, and we don't want to set the precedent of Marvel doing $8 books. But if they do an $8 book that's 100 pages, all by Hickman, that's worth it.
So good.
That's worth it. All right, and then also last week we had Aquaman #3.
The lesbians from the sea.
What?
The trench, the lesbians.
I don't understand. But anyway, Aquaman now finally, you know, Johns has made Aquaman more of a badass, and now he's making him a good rogues gallery. The Trench is a great villain for him to have.
Oh, they are
because
so good. So
Aquaman
good.
has some lame villains, you know, like the Fisherman. I mean, what the hell, you know, like what? I don't know. Like his other one's the Net. I mean, what's going on? I mean, I know Black Manta is a badass. I love Black Manta. Ocean Master has the brother stuff, whatever. But other than that, who are Aquaman's villains?
Yeah,
I mean, seriously,
nobody.
And Jeff Johns, he does this so well. He makes the character cool, gives depth to the character. He gives different, you know, traits and different, you know, things like he did with Wally West before Wally West went away, you know. And then he amps up the villains like he did with the Flash Rogues.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Wolverine the X-Men. Number
Wolverine
2
the
came
X-Men.
out last week.
Iceman, the best ever. Really, after Wolverine spins off out of Uncanny X-Force, then he knows that Iceman can do a lot.
From the Age of Apocalypse
From the
universe.
Age of Apocalypse universe. Oh my God, what Iceman does in here is just freaking amazing. Amazing.
And I think it's like Iceman's always been there since the beginning, and he's always like had potential and whatever. You know, I have potential. You know, I
Right.
figured I'll use it one day, but until then, I'll hold it back. But anyway, I think that it's kind of like not just Wolverine having faith in him, Wolverine the ultimate badass having faith in him, but it's so much so that it's kind of like now he's a teacher. I think something clicked in his head that he's no longer a slacker. He kind of has to ditch the image of himself as a slacker student trying to get by with a bare minimum, and now he's a teacher. He has to teach
and he has to
this
protect
stuff.
these kids. And
Yes.
that's what he did. He had to protect them at all costs.
And he did it.
And
he
he
stepped
did it.
up.
It was so
and
great.
The Hellfire Club, those kids are phenomenal. Those kids are just...
Kids are crazy.
They're ridiculous. I mean, all the stuff they threw at that school.
Oh my God.
And had it again and again, picking up all different types of just the X-Men lore and X-Men mythos, Savage Land stuff from that island, all that.
God.
It's just crazy. And
all the little girl wanted to do was go home and bash penguins' heads in.
spoiler,
Come on.
happy feet time. You know, I mean, it's great, and I'm loving it. Jason Aaron is having a blast on it, and that Hellfire Club, they feel a lot like what if the dudes from Kick-Ass were actually in a superhero universe and not just cosplay weirdos. And Kick-Ass #5, stuff happens so much so that Hit Girl is back in action, and Hit Girl is just kicking some ass. And this book is a warning for all cosplayers that eventually you're going to get your parents killed, you're going to get killed. Stop the cosplay. Stop cosplaying, the furry stuff from the other issue with the dog. I mean, this book, basically Kick-Ass is Mark Miller saying, cut it out with cosplay. The furry stuff is ridiculous. You're going to end up with a decapitated dog's head on your head. This is not fun. This is not funny. This is a gateway drug. This is just ridiculous. But Kick-Ass was phenomenal. I love it. I don't understand how he keeps ratcheting it up and keeps making it more and more disgusting, but I love it. And, we have these books, and I think with the small output this week, you can try other things, catch up on things, or do deals. Our comic book store is going to have multiple different deals going on of crazy stuff, and other stores should follow suit because it kind of sucks having no 52 after just sucking at that 52 teat for months now. Right. Now we have a week of withdrawal. We're like, I need my 52. I need my 52. So anyway, our Christmas party is not this weekend, next weekend, December 10th. And, awesome. Thanks, bye-bye.